Speaking of dots in the T's, crossing the I's, and getting to talking in terms of product, we spoke about this last week with New Balance, obviously having Jack Harlow drop a shoe. This, to my knowledge, is Stormzy's first ever drop in terms of collaboratively with Adidas. I could be wrong, but in terms of footwear, it is his first ever.
Yeah.
Has he dropped product with Adidas before?
No, not that I know.
Not that I know of.
I can't think of anything.
But he's been there for a while. So my question was, do you feel like every collaborator has to drop product? Like, do you feel like that is what the main reason why they're being brought on board? Because in my mind, you bring somebody on board with leverage to impact a product, either theirs or a product that you have significantly. Obviously, Adidas, Stormzy has done that with the SST red tracksuit. Shut up, like Stormzy
went
through the roof.
The world, yeah.
I remember at that time I was watching them a bit, but F2 did that also with the SST. People still to this day wear it. Like kids still to this day
I literally
wear it
bought mine a
because of them.
couple of days ago. I'm not even
Exactly.
I literally bought it because of him. I'm gonna keep it so real. Keep it so
The SST
real.
with Superstars,
Bro.
Yeah.
that was a fit.
Uni time, I was wearing it with my Yeezys. What? Don't chat to me. Full Adidas, top to bottom, bro.
You see how I didn't hit in Superstars that time? Hey,
Huh?
man.
Oh, do you see how I ignored what you said with Superstars and went with the Yeezys? Because that's what you should wear. With it.
But yeah, as I was saying, obviously F2 did Superstar tracksuits and they did the skinny Adidas, whatever that's called. That flew for them. But yeah, just more product facing. There's collaborators that we've seen at brands. I'm sure there's a lot of celebrities that are collabed with brands that we haven't heard of in terms of product. Do you feel like it's important for them to do it?
I think it depends on the story the brand's trying to push.
Okay.
Like, for example,
Because we know Nike love to do that.
Yeah, because it's like, for example, with Jadon Sancho, he signed to Nike.
Dropped a boot.
Yeah, and obviously he was popping in Dortmund, came to United, dropped his first boot.
Did he drop it in United or was it in Dortmund?
It was transitioning, I think.
Okay. Because I remember it, the blue,
and it was
no
Kennedy
ball
where it
games.
started, the blue, no ball games.
Kennedy where it started was not on the show.
No, it was not. No, that was the storyline that came from.
Mandela effect.
Yeah, that was the thing that came from that. Came from here.
I think he made sure that wasn't on the show.
No, it couldn't be.
Yeah.
There's no way.
It's the connotation.
Yes.
But the no ball games is a reference, to obviously,
The dog.
when you're playing football. When you're playing football in ends and you see no ball games where you're kicking ball anyway, normal stuff.
You should have not said Kennedy where it started. But yeah, go on.
Yeah, so
He distanced himself away from those people.
Bro.
But yeah, so that came as a drop, and he did that. But then, for example, you can have like another player. For example, let's say like a Tony Kroos, for example. I'm not sure who he plays for like who he plays in.
He's Adidas. Bro, he's bona fide with the... He's German, bro.
But he doesn't have a shoe collaboration.
Yeah, no, but I'm not talking about footballers.
No, but you're saying as an individual, if you're an individual, do you have to have a collaboration?
But I'm talking about more from like a normal celeb lens than a footballer lens. Because I feel like being a footballer, it's more on board for you to have a collab, or brands already have shoes for you to wear. But being like, I don't know, a Stormzy or let's go with someone random as like a Len. Like say Len gets a Nike thing. Do you feel like he has to drop something or product needs to drop in the first place?
I think the only reason why brands will align with individuals from certain walks of life is to ultimately do that. So in terms of that, the pipeline would be, okay, cool, let's give you some product. You wear a product in certain places. Let's get a feeler out to see how much people, what the uptake is, for example, because Stormzy is a global celebrity, for example, yeah? So if he's wearing your product, you know it's going to get you a search, it might get you a sale, that kind of stuff.
Or do you feel like it's product that's already been made? Okay, basically, do you feel like they go to, let's say you are at a brand, let's say you're at Saucony, and then Saucony are like, see, Michael, we've got you on, we know that you're influential to people. What do you like? Would you like to do a shoe? Do you feel like that's a conversation? Or do you feel like it's a conversation of, you have to do a shoe, it's just when?
it depends on the individual, because again, you're assuming that these people have information relevant to the brand.
Okay.
And if you're assuming that they have information relevant to the brand, then they don't need to do a collaboration, because they're helping the brand out by giving them information about the culture and informing them for a premium.
Yeah.
If, however, they are celebrities who don't necessarily know too much information about the shoe production side of things and would rather focus on pushing out a product to the audience in the way
Already
of
pre-made
merch,
product. Yeah. Yeah.
then it's all down to how much access do I get, you know? So for example, like, we know sometimes with behind the scenes, depending on who you are and how much knowledge you have, when you're working with like a Nike, for example, you might get less creative control over your products, because you either don't have the knowledge to see it through, and so they'll put you in an overseeing position to make something that represents you, but it will be really, really like a thing of choosing between 5 options every single time. It's not like, oh, can I get this bit here, you know? Like Sean Overspoon, for example, when he did the 97, that was basically all him, you know? He had the blank, he put it together and made it happen. You go to early Travis Scott times, you could tell those shoes weren't really Travis Scott inspired. They were just a story that Nike wanted to push, and they looked at his archetype, they looked at his colors, his color schemes, and said, this fits this.
And now they've given him his own silhouette.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it's like, depending on who you are, depends on your pathway. And even like, for example, Skepta, he didn't have as much freedom when he was at Nike to design from what we've kind of heard and seen. But he still had enough to make certain things happen. He's now gone to Puma, and for all intents and purposes, it seems like he's got more control. And could that be a combination of him learning from his time at Nike and observing the processes, and also then coming in as an ex-Nike collaborator into the Puma space? He has a bit of a stronger arm to say, I know what I'm doing, give me some room, give me the right people, make something happen.
Give me space, give me room. Go on, Bolu.
I'm gonna speculate here.
Go on.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
Run with me. Hold on. Let me just finish getting my stats.
But yeah, all in all, Michael, I understand. Yeah, I guess what you're saying is, I guess,
Cool.
yeah, that makes
Yes,
sense. Go on.
I'm ready. So, run with me here. This is pure speculation. Let's assume Adidas gave everyone that they signed at that time a 360 deal. In the sense where it was, we're just cool. We don't really know what's going on right now, but we see this emergence in youth culture. We'll say youth culture, because that's probably how they'll term it. Youth culture within the UK, within this specific demographic, who are like, there's now artists who are essentially causing trouble, but causing trouble in the right way, where they're generating love and they're generating hate, which is generating more love. So let's just
Harness that.
pardon?
Harness that.
Let's harness that, but let's operate on a all publicity is good publicity, in the sense where if you're at a show, if you're getting arrested, as long as there's 3 stripes there, our name is out there. Let me keep going. In a sense where,
I don't
like,
know why you're getting arrested was your example.
Like,
Continue.
I don't know why.
No, wait. So this, but it's like, and then when when Stormzy, so this, like, obviously everyone got signed around like 2015 times, isn't it? When Shut Up came, well, just earlier than that, because then he got signed before Shut Up came out.
Yeah.
So just a little bit earlier than that. Then Shut Up came out, and you could see, like, if you were within the brand, you could see the numbers for the tracksuits skyrocket.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's just a random thing. This is skyrocketing because of a particular person's influence within
Iconic.
Yeah, within this scene. So it's like the gamble you've taken on like a all publicity is good publicity is like, cool, this now is crazy publicity, and this is someone we need to like put more effort into, put more backing into. But in terms of creative direction, he's focused on music, or he's focused on other things. So as long as he's repping the brand, that's all that really matters for now, because he's just getting everything out there. Our numbers are up, kind of thing. And then they try a shoe in 2019. So he had a collaboration on a shoe, and I feel like they tried the Nike technique with testing with a brand before they released inlines. I can't remember what it's called. It's here now. It's the Sobokov.
Oh, I remember that.
I don't know if you remember Iman.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, because I remember I knew there was a product that he had at first. But
Which ones? Which ones? Go on.
It's 2019, isn't it? So just after the restaurant time.
Go on.
So it's like they tried that, it didn't go so well, so it went back to the drawing board. And you know how like we've been saying before that for a long time, even though like product hasn't been up, but like Yeezy was taken off, so they didn't really have to worry about product, but they were really focused as Adidas as a brand on implementing themselves culturally, which is where a lot of like after this kind of thing, this is where you see a lot of like Merky Fest stuff happening. You can see Adidas back in Stormzy and a lot of things that he's doing, and now cool, we're at the Merky FC. So it's like it's a thing where they took their eyes off of product as a viable like physical product and more product as we're implementing Adidas as part of your as
part of your identity.
Yes, not even just as part of your identity. So for Stormzy, as part of your identity, but see with the main aim for collaboration is the person's or that collaborator's audience is now invested in that product. But now, what if the product isn't? What if the product that they're investing into is not a physical product, but just a part of their heritage growing up? So now it's less of a thing where like, oh, I remember wearing the Superstars. I remember wearing a SST growing up. To I remember spending time in the in the Adidas Merky Academy doing this. We created our first ideas in this Merky.
Yeah, attaching experiences to locations.
Like,
and
when you think about it, it spans, the product now spans more than just clothing or footwear, and to like people could create businesses within this space. And when they now talk about their come up from their journey, it's because they did it in this place. Now Adidas is then getting another look in another. That's the product is then spreading more outside of just it being someone wearing the shoe. If that makes sense, that's what I feel like the journey went from.
But I have a couple pinholes in your idea. First of all, opening it saying, let's say Adidas offered everybody a 360 deal. It's not a 360.
Okay, not free, but yeah, but it's in terms of the thing where like,
just said
it's,
deal. Yeah.
Let's just say, all right. So in terms of the thing where it's like, cool, this isn't an idea for you guys to. We're not signing you with the idea that we're gonna make a Stormzy.
We are introducing you to our ecosystem.
We are seeding you products, and we're paying you to wear the product.
Yeah.
Not so.
So you're becoming a partner.
You're an athlete. You're not a collaborator, essentially.
No, but you are a collaborator.
But you're not collaborating on anything. You're
No,
wearing a
but
product.
that's what the problem is, because you're viewing collaborator as somebody who helps to make a product.
But how are we collaborating?
I think there's another word for it. Collaborate is not the word, but I know what you're talking about.
You're an Adidas athlete.
But it's not necessarily.
You are an athlete. You are this like same with Nike athletes. You are like athletes are not just people who are doing sport.
Yeah,
these are people who are wearing the brand.
I feel like both of the words you're using are the wrong words, but I understand what you guys are both saying.
Athlete is literally how they describe people who they just seed product to and they pay them to wear it.
Okay, let's just leave it. Okay, let's just use that word athlete. Don't know if it is it.
You are an Adidas athlete. You're just gonna rep the brand, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, but I guess the reason why I don't look at it as athlete is because you are actively, and I do understand Iman saying here that there's probably another word for it, but you're actively introducing your product or this specific inline product. You haven't helped to create,
because it's not necessarily an influencer. Because I feel like Stormzy's definitely more than an influencer.
Do you get what I'm saying? And if Stormzy's going to a show, he's going red carpets, he's pulling up in Adidas shoes. It's not just about what he's wearing or the fact he's making it or not making it. It's where he's wearing it to and who's seeing it.
You can wear it wherever. The fact of the matter is that we are paying you to wear our product. Yeah. So you are the brand's athlete in terms. So that's what you do. There's no creative decision implied. There's no creative decision from you in terms of what you're given. Well, maybe in terms of what you're given, but in terms of like what colors we do, what we make for the next X amount of years, that's not down to you. We just tell you we're making this.
That's why I'm saying, like, for example, a footwear collaborator will consult on that side of the conversation. However, if, for example, somebody comes to the stockroom and says, we want you to collaborate with us and wear our products on your shoes for the next 3 to 5 years via contract.
Bro, and then that's in the term, is as the way they're going to term you within that contract will be you are X brand athlete.
I don't think it's the same for every brand. I know Nike use athletes.
Not with every brand.
I don't think Adidas.
I know a lot of other
terminology.
brands that use athletes. Even brands that don't do like footwear use that same term.
Okay.
Like the shoot I went to before. Remember the shoot that I did? Mm-hmm. The people that came from the brand, they referred to them as the brand's athletes.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like it's just a general term, as you are someone who we are seeding product to introduce it to a new market, or however, or just to wear the brand, and we pay you to wear the brand, and that's your job.
But what I will say is, in terms of uses of the space, I think that is a key part of like storytelling, because where you have so many ideas birthed in this specific space, to the point where people are having these amazing stories to share off the back of it, that is only testament to the fact that you've created a space for such ideas to flourish. Mm-hmm. And so you're able to be like, all right, cool, like, I'm not giving you a product, I'm giving you an experience that will last so much longer.
Exactly.
And you know, like, going back to, for example, Moncler Genius, and that event that happened, featuring some Adidas pieces as well, if I'm not mistaken.
The product they sold us was the experience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the experience is what you then attach to the product, and it's like, oh wow, like, experience was so overwhelming that you actually felt like you needed to go and purchase something from the product. Whether you did or not is another question, and I didn't. Yeah. But I will never forget that experience.
Yeah, but this one, I feel like this is deeper because it's like
it's a life cycle thing.
It's ingrained. It's going to be ingrained in a generation's history.
Yeah,
even like more than one generation.
It's like a perfect representation of this is David Beckham Academy.
Yeah, literally.
Like, when that first came about, people were like, David Beckham Academy, who does this guy think he is? Kind of thing. And he made it. And some players have gone on from David Beckham Academy to do great things. Some people he scouted to do other things as well, and just getting people right in general. Like it did what it had to do at the time.
100%.
And looking at that as a reference point, I can only imagine what it will look like in present day.
Yeah.
So
it's probably this literally.
Yeah. So
in present day, yeah.
It's like I get what you're saying in terms of the experience attachment, and I don't think you directly answered Iman's question.
What was your question?
Which was, does a collaborator need to drop product?
Oh yes, but it's product doesn't. Yes, they need to drop product, but I don't think product is as simple as a shoe or as a piece of clothing. I feel like product can expand to more of an experience
and it's a service.
Yes, which means
it's not necessarily a product and more so an experience.
Yes, so in terms of
it's a service. That's literally what it is.
But it's still, I feel like you can still class it as a product because you're using, like, you are going to you're using the facilities. That's
it's product. A byproduct of the product, but they're not collaborating on the product. Do you get it?
I get it. Sense? Let's just call it a service.
They need to do something. You need to do something.
But now we're in this position where you've got the experience down. Yeah. You've got this consistent service. And then you bring a product into the mix, all of a sudden that product has way more novelty.
I don't see what product they can bring outside of the football boots that would make sense.
I don't agree.
For the market, for me right now, this is like genuinely right now, I don't see a actual like physical product that would make sense.
Yeah, but you're looking at it. You're looking at it as a present eye.
Yeah, like.
But look, step back here. Look at the David Beckham Academy, for example, again, yeah, and look at how many placements there could have been for product.
But what product can
training kit,
okay,
warm down boots, or like trainers, boots again. There's so many touch points.
But this is the thing with me now is I don't know if you're gonna hear what I'm saying as well, Eman, but like it feels like it's gonna feel merchy in the sense where it's like Adidas they have great training kits already. They have great warm down boots. They have these products readily available already. If you now make it like a Adidas X Merky, use the same thing, all you're doing is slapping Merky on it. It's like you're making it you're just making merch now.
I feel like it's not merch because it's a collaboration with a massive brand.
But
I feel like merch, when you think of something as merch, you think of something as Merky clothing brand, you think of as merch.
But that's what it's gonna. To me, that's what it's not gonna feel like.
I like, who was it? You that was saying the difference between Nocta and OVO?
Yes, because Nocta is actually a brand. Nocta has been created. They've got designers, people that actually work on making these things. I feel like at OVO's inception, until more so recently when they had like a change in creative direction, it felt very much like it was just Drake's merch. October's very own, attached to a birth date.
So this is okay, cool. Maybe we have two different perspectives, but I feel like if now they start making products outside of what they've done now, where it's attached to basically like they've dropped the boot in attachment to releasing open up the facility.
Yeah.
It feels like everything else is gonna be more OVO-esque in a sense, but that's just to me, innit?
Okay.
That's how I'm viewing it, because it's like you're gonna what can you provide to me that's going to be so different to what I can already get from the brand? It's gonna.
Why
be
do you buy Nocta?
No, but Nocta silhouettes are completely different. So unless you're giving me, what I'm saying is, unless you're giving me something like completely different, so now you're hiring in-house staff to now do these designs, as opposed to it being like a warm down shoe X Merky, if you get what I mean.
I'm still listening. Go on.
Then it's like, if you're doing it something X Merky, bro.
You didn't even let them land yet.
Yeah, I'm saying like, if already right now, if they're doing it attached to Adidas in that way, it's gonna feel merchy. That's what I've been saying.
Yeah,
but if they're making like something new, like create like. I didn't even get to say if they're making something brand new.
You didn't even get there.
Bro,
that's my problem. You didn't get there.
Because I'm saying
You
like,
didn't let him get there. Continue.
if they're doing something like completely brand new, for example, like with Nocta were doing when they introduced everyone to new silhouettes, new
So
materials.
let's say OVO is Merky and now
No, OVO is Stormzy if he did merch.
yeah.
okay. So now Merky is Nocta.
No, Merky has an opportunity to either be OVO or Nocta, depending on
What are you picking?
I would
'Cause
rather.
we're going around you. What your
It
point?
feels like as in OVO.
Because you made the initial point.
Yeah,
That's why.
because so right now Merky has in terms of product.
What is OVO? Merky or Nocta?
Wait. Right now, in terms of product, if they create product attached to Adidas as a way, it's like Adidas X Merky, it's gonna feel like OVO. But if they are dropping things where it's just this is under Adidas, same with Yeezy. If they were dropping it under Adidas, but it's a whole separate brand, like you won't see an Adidas X Yeezy 350s kind of thing. It's just Yeezy 350. If you get what I mean.
But the thing is,
what you literally just said is basically the explanation that you're giving for OVO. So we're going to keep that as OVO because you literally just said if they dropped it as Adidas X Merky, then it's gonna feel like merch.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's just keep that as did I say Adidas X OVO?
Yeah.
Nike X OVO. Then that feels like merch. So we're gonna keep the Merky we're gonna keep Merky as OVO. So now you're saying that there should be a separate brand.
No, what I'm saying is, if they do Adidas X Merky, it's going to be OVO. If
Yes.
they do Merky, so if they like make, let's say for example,
you just answered. Thank you. You just
if they
answered
make
what I wanted
if they
to
make a
answer.
new silhouette, for example, or then introduce new product,
Okay.
brand new product,
Yeah.
something that's not been. That's you won't associate to the brand kind of thing. Like,
Okay.
you're not going to associate Glide to, oh yeah, Nike have been doing this for a while kind of
Okay.
thing. Then it's going to be like, cool, this is them now doing something completely different. You're not going to feel like merch to me because it's not merch. It's not something that's already been done, if that makes sense.
And I'm gonna pause you.
So now that's a completely different brand. That should be Stormzy X. Let's just give that.
Let's say, for example, cool, because you're saying collaborating on will feel like merch. Nocta has done an Air Force One, for example, and the Air Force One wasn't their first shoe.
Yeah.
It wasn't, yeah.
And then, for example, they've done tech fleeces, but they've changed it a little. But now there's new tech fleeces that are straight leg. So my question is, what?
Cross what?
Do you get what I'm saying? Like it's kind of confusing in the fact
Alright,
that
cool.
in the fact that I don't know what you expect from them to do.
No, so I don't expect anything. I don't expect them to drop product. But if they do drop product, I would like it to be something tailor-made for, like, by them, for them, as opposed
Because
to
even when you go
be-
to Nocta X Nike situation, just because it's not explicitly Nocta X Nike, it's a Nocta tracksuit with a Nike tick. Why does it not feel like merch?
because the tech fleece
That's
isn't
what they brought you.
no,
to. I'm
because
joking.
it's like if you look at the tech fleece, before they dropped those tech fleeces, Nike weren't making tech fleeces like that in the first place.
But
that's why it didn't feel like merch.
In the direction that fashion, sorry to cut you, but in the direction that fashion was going, those type of cuts were imminent. Could I say that?
Even though
straight
fashion
leg
was
stuff.
going,
Yeah.
even though fashion was going in that direction, Nike were still making tech fleeces in the way they did. Fashion changed to straight leg long before Nocta and Nike dropped the tech fleece.
Yes.
Yeah, but
So
it was-
they
it
had
was headed in
multiple,
direction.
they had multiple opportunities to change how the tech fleece looked, but they didn't because they kept the tech fleece as the same thing. If the Nike Nocta tech fleece looked exactly, they used the exact same cuts, exact same way they made tech fleece before, I would say that looked merchy, or it just looked a bit like
that's
it looked
understandable.
dead because like you're just basically collaborating on something that now you're just collaborating on something that we already have, kind of thing. But now that you've done the tech fleece in a different way, you've opened the floodgates for the brand
And it's
to
not
then.
called tech fleece.
Well,
Yeah, that's what I'm agreeing
You've
with you.
you've opened the brand. So now that Nike are doing different cuts to tech fleeces after that collaboration, I can't say that collab at first felt merchy because they weren't doing that before. They're doing that now. If that makes sense.
So it's all about timing for you. Because, and I say that to say, you look at the tech fleece reimagined, and the cuts are more similar
to the Nocta
to the Nocta fleece.
Yeah, because it's like.
So again,
So-
I ask, is it all about timing?
It's not all about timing because if it flopped, it would have flopped. Then it just flopped, kind of thing. But if there was a thing where Nocta did, let's say, is it all about timing?
I personally
thinking-
feel like
I don't-
the reason why you're thinking it might feel merchy is because of the proximity to Stormzy. As in, if Stormzy was in another country and this was going on over there, I feel like we'd be less inclined to think of it as merch.
No, I'd still feel like it's merchy if it's like, let's say, next up they do the F50.
Yeah.
They do a F50X Merky, and it's literally looks the exact same, just with X Merky on it. It's going to feel like merch to me, regardless of if it's in this country or another country.
Okay, so
Because it's not like we've
I'm just
started
gonna-
with clothing. We started with an experience, and you're attaching a product to an experience,
Cool.
which is going to feel like merch.
we'll take a step back. Kongi Boys Air Force One.
Go on.
Thoughts?
I like it.
Is it merch? Wait. We're gonna go for another one.
I
Wait,
can't-
we're gonna
no,
go for another
'cause
one. We're
I
gonna
don't
go for
have an
another one.
experience. I don't. There's not an experience attached to it. Like this is, they're a thing. They're a label who
Yeah.
are making. They're making a thing. That's internal. Yeah, no, that's internal merch.
And also,
Doesn't mean I don't like it.
there's a question I have that I just thought about. What is the problem if it is merch?
There's no problem.
It's just boring for you.
For me, I feel like it feels
you know what
merchy.
this-
I just said it feels
do you
merchy.
know what this sounds
I don't
like?
like it. I don't like merch
Do you know
stuff.
what this sounds like?
Go.
This sounds like swap the label. Oh my gosh, it's a completely different.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
no,
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
No.
Because
No.
I promise you, bro, the only reason why Nike even held back probably from doing the Nocta fleece in that manner is because they were probably like, oh, you know what, actually, this probably makes more sense in our ecosystem rolling it out with a collaborator and then introducing it.
But
Maybe athlete.
oh my gosh, man. But the thing is though, Nocta didn't start off as an experience for me, if that makes sense. Which is why it's like.
So
it
where's this
feels-
Nocta experience coming from? Because I
That's what
understand
Nocta
it in the
didn't
Merky.
No, it doesn't. There isn't a Nocta.
It doesn't have
experience,
one.
which is what I'm
But-
saying.
But the problem is, why is it bad for an experience to have merch attached to it so you can buy into the experience?
He's saying it's not bad, it's just not him.
It's gonna feel like. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying like if you're going to drop it with the idea like we're now dropping product, it will feel like merch.
Cool.
To me, that's
But,
not a bad thing.
again,
or it's not a good thing. It's just a thing.
I think you have to look at the purpose of it, right? And
Yeah,
I say
obviously, if
purpose
the
because,
purpose is-
like, if they're playing ball, for example, and they're running their teams, and they're like, you guys are going to kit you out in this kit, and then they drop this kit as a result of that, and people can go and buy these different teams' versions of kits that they've designed in-house in the Merky FC space. Is that merch, or is that created to celebrate?
Don't look
a
at me. He's
specific
looking
thing?
at you when he asked.
Hey, I'm asking the question
Okay,
to the room.
cool. So, if Adidas said, "Yo, there's a Merky FC tournament coming out, and these are the official kits. There's 3 official kits. There's home, away, and third kit. Home kit black and white, away kit blue and white, third kit pink and white. Cool. To me,
Limited run.
limited run. To me, from what it's sounding like you're saying, that is merch. But if they did the same thing change the cuts a bit,
Box cut.
angle it a bit, and then instead of Merky FC, it has a different logo of a brand that Stormzy still has a lot of say in. Let's say the brand is called
It could be Merky, but it could just be the M of the Merky.
No, like if
Or Merky around the badge.
and then they drop like the old Trapstar baked tee football jersey tees, but in terms of M, that's not merch.
But
that's just a whole new brand,
No, because that's literally not what I'm saying. Because if you look at, let's say, football kits normally, would you say that's merch?
yes, it's merch for the
Exactly.
team.
So you're saying
merch.
that's literally the same thing. So why is it that now it's if Merky FC drop football kits in relation to their football team, and
got
if
it.
Man United drop football kits in relation to their football
Go on.
team, they're both merch. I'm not
You
saying
want
it's
it
a
to be
bad thing.
fashionable. That's where we went wrong.
No,
No,
wait, yes, actually,
That's where we went wrong.
because if you're planning
'Cause
on
you're
dropping
saying-
product separately,
Who said the product has to be fashionable? What if it's purpose built?
Bro, listen, I'm not saying it being merch is a bad thing in the wider, in,
The way
in
this
the wider
conversation started,
ecosystem.
it
I'm
sounded
just-
like you said there was a
sounded
bad
like a
thing.
slur.
No, I'm not.
You said if it's
Is
gonna
merch
be
a
merch,
slur now?
you said if it's gonna be merch, I'm not there.
Brother.
I'm not there. Keep that 6 feet away from me.
But it's like if it's
Nocta?
Nani? Give me.
Do you say noddy?
Nani?
Oh,
he don't watch
Say
anime, he
noddy.
don't get it.
Nah, you don't get it, man.
noni.
Nani?
Yeah.
But if like
No, you've lost, bro.
Yeah, kinda.
no, I
lost,
haven't,
bro.
I haven't. I'm calm.
Dropped 3 points.
I'm calm.
on the
I've
final
got
day
this,
of the
I've got this.
season.
No, I'm
Calm.
calm.
It's crazy.
I've got
Living in
this.
your palm.
Man City
Because there's
Tonight, trying to see what going.
foreshadowing.
there's no problem with anyone dropping merch as long as
Do you know what I do have a problem with? Actually, no. I'm not gonna be that guy.
there's no problem with a brand creating an experience and creating merch around it. If you're happy that this is going to be merch. If you're creating this with the idea that what?
Don't look at me. Don't cut to me.
No.
Finish your point.
Okay, so
I'm gonna cook you.
let's say for example, if you bring up these football kits,
It sounds very slurry.
No, if you bring up the football kit example you made, where it's like cool, they drop where the team's doing well or the team's out here, cool. Like we've made a team. Here's the kits we got: home kits, away kits, and alternative kits. Like it's free for all in it. Like these are kits. If this is the idea that this is people repping the team, repping the. Why are you looking at me like
No,
that?
I'm listening.
You're repping the team. You're wearing the kits, kind of thing. Like this isn't with the idea like cool. This is gonna be like a massive fashion statement, etc. This is just it's merch, and if you're doing it with it being merch, then that's fine. But if you're doing it with the idea it's going to be something different, then it's like
So fashionable.
So who told you wanted to be something different?
I never said.
So fashionable.
I've been speculating
because
this
fashionable
whole
is the only
time,
word
bro.
that you've excluded
from using.
from the
Okay,
first statement.
okay.
So you want it to be fashionable.
You want it to be fly.
I want it to
It's
be
okay.
real. I want it
It's
to
look
okay.
Merky vest on your
no,
chest and be
Bolo,
like,
Bolo is
Yes,
actually okay.
you know what? No, cool. For me, if
it's fashionable,
no, wait
then
a
it's
minute.
not merch.
Hold on.
It's okay.
For me, if someone put me in the room and said we're gonna make product, and they asked me for my opinion, I would say I want it to be fashionable, and I
Because-
would say if you make it in line, if you make it like
No, for you it's a placebo effect. I can't lie.
how.
Because if it's a Newcastle black and white striped kit, but they change the dimensions of the top
It's
of
not
it.
about dimensions, bro. It's a Newcastle, regardless, it's Newcastle kit.
Yeah, but if they make it fashionable, if they do something to it that moves it more in line with fashion,
Hold on.
No.
Hold on.
Go on.
we need to move on.
Corteiz football kits.
Go on.
They are references from previously released kits.
Yeah, good example. Great
Okay.
example.
Are they merch or are they fashionable? And I'm listening. I'm gonna pull my
It's
ears.
fashionable because it's referencing other kits. You're not gonna see that. You're not gonna see that
Did
outside.
you not just hear what Iman said? If it's a Newcastle base kit that they
It's-
use as reference and they adjust the cuts and make it their own,
If you're adjusting, it's still a Newcastle kit. You're just adjusting the cut. You're just making it slim.
It
Bro.
was still a Boca
If I
Juniors
wear
kit.
it- If I wear,
it was
if I
still a
wear,
Brazil kit.
if I wear,
It was still from Flamingo kit.
It was still a Germany 1990 whatever kit.
The reference still exists.
The reference exists. They just changed the cup.
Don't stress me out. The new Nike kits that we're talking about,
Yeah.
are they not all rehashes of previous kits?
Yeah.
But they
are fashionable.
They're what is going to be worn in the World Cup or in the Euros. This is the team's kit, so if I'm wearing it outside,
Okay, sorry,
it's merch.
no, I lost my point, but we're back to Corteiz. You need to answer that. Answer that right now.
I answered the question, bro.
Is it merch or is it fashionable?
It's fashionable.
So what
because
ma-
it's referencing.
what means-
bro? There's no Corteiz team that's playing in the Prem or something.
Yeah, but-
who I'm
but
not
it's a
buying
reference
it,
of
but
something.
it's a bro. Everything is a reference of something.
Yeah, what?
What do you mean?
So wait. Wait.
I feel like this is.
Wait.
Wait.
We've been going on
No,
for so
wait.
long.
I feel like
Wait.
Eman's gonna cut this like in half and that.
No.
Oh, you're gonna
Wait.
put this whole thing in?
Oh yeah.
Alright,
Wait.
come in it. Go on.
Wait.
Go on.
Wait.
Go on.
So
So
you go to Merky FC, yeah? We're a fly on the wall in the design room, yeah?
cool.
We see the reference of the Juventus
Yeah.
Go on.
pink
That's
kit.
fine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We say, well, we like that kit. We're gonna readjust it.
Yeah.
Fine.
Box, Merky,
Calm.
slightly bigger cup.
Calm.
Sits nice if you get extra large, because that's really what you get it in to make
Okay.
it sit nice. You don't get it in a small to try and get it to sit baggy. That's not the point of this exercise, because it's a football shirt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But you
Is
have
that fashionable or is that merch?
Is the product being released for the team? And then is it the team that's going to be wearing it, and then it's going to be released to a wider public, or
Who
is
gives
it?
a monkeys,
That's
brother?
part of it though, because if the team, bro, if Man United were not playing football, and they were just dropping the football kits, that's not merch now, because it's like this is not related to the team. This is just a brand post creating something.
okay.
So if yes, because if because you're saying now if they have now looked at the archives of the kits, yeah,
Yes.
and they have
Recreated.
Merky as with the Merky FC are thinking of their next kit, and they're drawing references
Yes.
from previous kits within
Yes.
within Adidas's arsenal for their personal kit, and then they drop that kit as a Merky FC kit, which the players are wearing.
I said Adidas is Arsenal.
Like
Pun intended.
for if now they release that to the general consumer, that would be merch, because it's not just because they reference Juventus or anything doesn't mean it's not, this product is not attached to the team, which
So
is
now, my
a
final
team's
question.
football kit.
My
It's a
final
team's football
question.
kit regardless.
What makes football attached merch fashionable?
I don't know. What do you mean? Like,
You have told me
yeah,
all of these things are merch, and fashionable you have used as two exclusive terms.
I
You've
didn't
used
use
them against each
use
other,
it as
basically.
No.
You brought fashionable as
I asked you a question.
You brought
But fashionable
up.
was a very
You
good
brought fashionable up as an exclusive term to merch. I wasn't saying it before because
No,
I wasn't
I
thinking
said-
that
I said
until
you
you
didn't.
said I'm avoiding it because I want it to be fashionable. I wasn't thinking about I want it to be fashionable until
Yeah.
you brought it up.
But when you think of something that's fashionable, you think of something as either current or trendy, no?
Yeah.
Okay.
So merch so with it being current and trendy, like merch can be fashionable.
Yes.
So it's like that's why I don't feel like merch and fashionable are the two opposites of what I'm trying to say. If that makes sense.
They aren't, but the way you're using the word merch, you're saying if the merch is
Very
purpose built,
exclusive.
if the merch is purpose built for this specific occasion, and we have
Or if the product is purpose built for this specific occasion,
yes,
to
and
me
then it
that
gets
is
released
now
to the general consumer,
an attachment
it's
to
still
this
merch.
specific occasion, then I would say it's merch.
So, going off the list here, yeah, Nocta. When people refer to Nocta, they refer to it as Drake's brand. Nocta is merch. First of all, Merky FC, anything they produce will be considered as merch. Yeah. What other teams are there that exist that make merch? Cole Buxton. Anything that they make, yes, it's fashionable, and yes, they're a brand. But because they're a brand and they make things, it's considered merch. No.
yes.
How?
Because it is
Because bro, I'm attaching. If it's attached to an experience, it's merch. Which is what I'm saying. This is what I've been saying the whole time. If you're attaching the product,
I don't think that's true.
This is what I'm saying. If you're attaching the product, if you're making a product in alignment to an experience, it's merch. That's what I've been saying.
That doesn't make sense.
That's what I've been saying from the jump.
But
that's what I was saying. If they now attach product to
it's the way that you
from
devised it.
Yeah,
in terms
it didn't
of
make sense.
fashion and
no, because you started throwing fashion in there.
No, because you were saying
it
that
made sense in the context.
You started referencing the fact that Nocta cuts and the fact that they've taken an issue of something
I was saying
and
that,
readjusted
I was
it.
saying that OVO's whole catalog has been collaborations essentially.
Yeah.
With existing product.
Yeah.
But Nocta were a completely different avenue. Even though they were both run by Drake or
His
Drake,
team, yeah.
it was a completely different avenue. They introduced new products through Nocta. So, like the creation of new product wouldn't be merch because you're creating new product from two different brands. But if let's say for example, if you look at a Glide and we look at if you look at a Glide and we look at the Air Force One, for example, if now there was an experience, that happened, and the Nocta, the experience happened, and it was they dropped it off the Air Force One attached to it. I'd say that feels merchy, as opposed to if now they have a new product coming out, it would feel like they're rolling out the product in line with the experience, as opposed to it being merch.
Corteiz drop.
That doesn't make sense. You just said rolling it out in line with the experience, but you just said experience is made. That's merch
And
makes
that's my
experience.
problem.
Because you just said merch makes
Corteiz,
experience.
if we're gonna go experience for experience, Corteiz 2 drops, when they went to Golden Square and they did the t-shirt drop, and people got the tickets, the train tickets, in exchange for a t-shirt, is that merch? Number one. Number two, when Corteiz were going from city to city and dropping these shoes, was that merch or was that product? That is where my confusion is.
You got me there.
Or
Fair
when
enough.
Corteiz did the 95 and you went inside the place in Peckham.
To hit the crossbar?
No. When you went inside the place and when they had all the leftover stock.
Yeah.
And you got the shoe and you got the t-shirt that came with that. Is that merch?
The t-shirt was merch, definitely.
So the shoe's not merch?
The shoe,
Because it's an experience, no?
the shoe. You got me in the shoe. Fair enough.
You know what, let's move on.
But the shoe was before. The shoe happened before the experience. So the shoe was already out. Me collecting the shoe would have happened regardless. But the t-shirt, I literally got a free t-shirt for like coming in and getting the shoe. The t-shirt would then be merch.
Okay.
So, the Google definition of merchandise: goods to be bought and sold. Promote the sale of goods, especially by their presentation in retail outlets.
But merchandise is not. That's a general term for merchandise instead of merch. Merchandise is more than just like attached, like what we've been talking about.
Seymour. Engage in the business of a merchant.
Bro, again, this is the general terminology for merchandise.
Trade something.
Bro, wait.
Basically, you're not making sense, my guy. You're making sense, my guy. Not like, honestly, it feels like, and the funniest part of this argument is that you're actually going against yourself.
Yeah.
That's actually the funniest part of all of this.
Disagree.
But it is what it is. Guys,
Hey, man. Hey.
let's quickly move on to our last segment because we spent a lot of time.
Bundles merch talk. Anyway, the man then went out to New York.
Yeah.
And they said,
Big up the guys.
New York City. What do you think about when you think about New York City?
Stand up.
Let's be having ya.
We think about the Butters.
Yeah.
Timberland 6-inch boots.
With the blue denim.
So
Mimi.
they went out to New York.
Yeah.
They got a truck. They draped that truck in denim. First of all, that's a mad move. Because what if it rained the day before?
Ooh,
Then you have a wet denim truck.
So that would be so
Wet
funny.
denim is scary.
It's not,
That's
wet
the part
denim
that
is so,
covers.
bro. Wet denim smells, bro.
Bro, thank
Imagine
God
a
it didn't
whole
rain.
truck.
Hopefully they're parked in their garage, as they say in America.
They'd have to spread that up with repellent, bro.
In the garage, yeah. But Jason Mark will live with every inch of that jean. But yeah, the man them stepped out, team at Corteiz, and they did the Great Denim Exchange. Big event. big motion. People came out, and they traded 2 colorways of jeans. So it was a blue pair and a washed black pair, with the Corteiz Alcatraz logo on the crotch area. And they said, bring your jean. Make sure it don't have no
Billie Jean.
no nasty stains on them.
Yeah.
We want that fresh because it's going to people who need it.
So
And so people pulled up in their Levi's,
jean.
Carhartts, Stussies,
Supreme bags.
Supreme, any jean, any workwear pant. You have it, they want it, and then you got your jean. And of course, the team working all had butters on the day. Serious step, real New Yorker flex.
Okay.
And this one was limited. So when they did the Bolo jacket release, there was no kind of mention of numbers. Kind of gave a mystery to it.
Yeah.
But this one they said 250. Once we've done 250, that's it, no more. And so
I think they did it on his birthday.
yeah, on Clint's birthday, on the morning of. So they also gave the first 10 people £800 belts.
Is it?
Yeah.
From what's that brand called now?
What does it begin with?
Couldn't even tell you, bro. It's like
Is it
one of
Capital?
these.
It's not Capital, is
I
it?
saw the bejazzles.
No, not Capital. No.
Yeah, I saw the
I didn't
bejazzled
know-
belt.
I didn't know
I was
there were
like,
8
that's not
bills.
for me, but fair enough.
I didn't know it was 8 on a smack
Yeah,
of rings.
800, man. 800. Yeah, sorry, I
800
can't
big
find the name of
boys.
the belt, but yeah, it was $800 each. So they gave it to the first 10 people, and then yeah, man, looked like a pretty good day. People outside, vibes were flowing, as usual. You had People's Gallery live in the cut. He's around more and more often. I feel like he likes the UK, he likes the mandem, so he's around. Shout out to him.
UK in the house.
Big London.
What's going on?
But yeah, shout out Maurice. And yeah, man, shout out to the Corteiz team again. And I think afterwards they donated the jeans to a few homeless or like charities for young people in the New York area, which is again corporate social responsibility. You always want
Honestly.
people that, as much as they benefit from the culture, also understand what it means to give back, and they haven't missed just yet. So yeah, man,
Like-
shout out to the team.
Genuinely, I love when they do the exchanges, like the Bolo exchange again. It's like, especially with the whole commotion around it, with like, oh, you're having people run around to exchange their jackets for what? What are you gonna do with all these people's jackets? Kind of thing. It's like, I'm giving this to charity. The people that need the technology, I'm giving it to them. And again, now he's gone to another country, and it's like he's invested in their culture by exchanging his product for very like durable products, kind of thing. Like, these are stuff that people send to vintage shops and pay like what stupid amounts for, and like he's now giving it again to charities for people who actually need it, kind of thing. Because when you think about it, these people aren't going to give their jeans to like homeless charities. Well, not that they aren't, but they're less
Willingly.
likely to.
Yeah, like,
Exactly.
it went to the list to do.
Yeah.
And he's kind of taken that responsibility off their hands and said,
Yeah.
I'll give you a new pair of jeans. Just give me something that makes
It
sense.
shows how much he can leverage his product, that people are
Yeah.
are using their hard-earned money that
Again.
they spent on this product
Time
in
and
exchange
time
for
again.
his one. That's how much his product means. Because if your product doesn't mean anything, why would people do it?
Yeah.
And even isolating the day, we don't know what kind of deals might have gone on behind the scenes to fund what was going on that day. But ultimately, he's giving jeans away and also giving these jeans away for free. So he's not going there to make money, in a sense. This is more a thing of making a statement and showing people that, again, none of you are safe.
Yeah.
We can do what we need to
Yeah.
and eat what we need to.
Yeah.
And people still choose us over you.
Happily.
The streets value our product more than yours,
Yeah,
even though
exactly.
you have
And what the
all
culture
these-
feeling.
the years of heritage.
I
Heritage
that guy's head.
niche.
That's so dope.
Sorry, I just remembered that guy's tweet. I'm gonna cock his head again.
Screaming. I am interested to see what they do next though, because like, cool, they've done jackets, they've done jeans. Do you think they might do?
It's still in my jeans.
Do you think they might do an exchange for the Harachis they have coming out?
Well,
We'll get into those Harachi soon.
yeah, cause yeah, man.
Well, imagine that though, the big Harachi exchange.
I don't know if that works for the numbers game, but you know what? They could do like
It's an idea.
They could make it happen.
Yeah.
I don't think one thing I appreciate about what they're doing is that they are steadily proving that there's no idea too big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because who could tell you that you go out to another country?
Especially America.
And by the way, going out to a country to sell product last year, and you come back next year and blessing the people. That's crazy. You're going to America and you're able to sell out of your product or get rid of all your products, because you're making people get rid of jeans, for example, the Stussy jeans, for example, big old jeans, £200. That's like what, $220 for your jeans, and they're stepping out and doing it. It's like, it's mad. So, yeah, man.
Big.
Another win for the man, another win for the culture.
Yeah, definitely.
Another 3 points on the board.
Yeah.
Big, man. Michael, would you like to?
Wrap it up.
Yeah, man.
Cool. Guys, I think this has been a nice, interesting episode. Some thoughts were shared.
Yeah.
Let us know who you agree with, or if you disagree with both of us, it's perfectly fine too. Let us know your
fine.
opinions in the comments. And let us know your thoughts on the releases we've mentioned as well. And what did you think about the Great Denim Exchange? Do you want to see them do it again in the UK? Do you think that would be the move? Would you guys be interested? Let us know. And yeah, man, without saying much more, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel.
Yes, please.
Make sure to follow us on our socials. They will be here again, just in case you missed it. And yeah, guys, thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Till then,
We out.
Cool.